So I'll go back to this question you asked a while ago. If a man can't speak on what a woman wears, why can't she speak on a woman grinning in his face?
All right, ladies, y'all shoot on that one because I want to know.
I don't have nothing to say because y'all look like a dude most of the time, so that ain't on me.
No, it's about so you get.
I'm saying so it ain't no dude telling me, oh, I can't wear that because I look like a dude most of the time. My dude, this is what my dude say. I'm coming up most of the time.
Right.
If I wear something, he be like, wow. He start like, oh yeah, you should wear. You know, he probably want me to wear it more often.
Right.
That's
right.
my dude. Okay. I'm usually in a tank top, some jeans, and some sneakers, or wintertime some Timbs.
Yeah.
I don't go through that stuff.
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
So I can't speak. Okay. I can't speak.
Ask the question again.
All right. If a man can't speak on what a woman wears, why can't she speak on when a woman is grinning in his face? Yeah, that was Tyrone's question.
It sounds like a
woman
big
asked
question.
that question.
No, ain't not.
No woman asked that.
Nah. Cause and I'm gonna tell you why I asked the question because it's we always get into this and there's always a double standard, and women will not accept the fact that it's a double standard, and that's my issue with it. I know there are some double standards when it comes to men. Men can do certain things. Men can bounce around with as many women as they want to, and it ain't frowned upon. Women can't do that. That's a double standard. I know that. And so what I'm saying is women won't own that they're double standards. They just feel, you know what I'm saying? They feel like they're justified in whatever they do. So you can get mad because I can't tell you what to say, what you can wear because it's my body. But you can get upset from a simple smile from a woman that might not, I don't even know who she is. She was just smiling because I smiled and spoke. And you get all in your feelings. Who this shit? Who she grinning at? You know her? What y'all got?
She insecure.
She has to be.
Yeah, you gotta.
Women do that.
If your woman,
she has to be.
Women do that stuff.
If he's your man,
yeah,
if he's your man, if he's my man, he's my man for a reason,
Right.
and I trust him.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't trust him, I ain't gonna be with him.
I was about to say.
I don't care about a woman.
Yes.
She can grin all she wants to. I know what
I know who I am.
Exactly.
I know who I'm
Right.
with. It
Girl, what's wrong with you? You doing a whole lot. You doing a whole lot of moves.
Every. Why am I the only one in every group with the opposing opinion?
It's fine.
Listen,
That's what we got you here for.
no, she can't, bruh. Like, no, she can't. I don't know how else to say it. Hey, how you doing? All right, you doing good? And, okay, good. It's good to see you. Hey, bye.
But see me, before you say anything else,
boundaries.
when I see a man and a woman together, I always speak to the woman first.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's respect.
Always
If I see a
respect.
woman I know, I might not even know her, man.
Then I'll tell her,
But I'm
it could be
always
a
gonna, hey, what's
sister.
going on?
I know
Yeah.
her first, and I say
Respect
we
that.
grew up together, or we work together.
yeah,
Like I make it clear.
It's respect.
It shouldn't be no, okay, y'all married, and I'm like, hey, boss, you look. Never mind.
That happened all the time.
But hold on. So hold on.
That's a compliment to me.
Yeah, checking.
Let-
That was what the question about. No, she can't, but you know.
But that's what I'm saying. So yes, it would. Even if I don't check him, like, or even if I say something about it later on, not even an argument, but dang, sis was real close. Sis was
was
getting a
comfortable,
little
wasn't
weird. Yeah,
You
she
wanna
was
know my
weird,
answer?
et cetera, right?
I didn't even notice it.
No doubt.
But there is a difference, and
even know.
you can tell, you can tell. I can tell when a man is talking to me and when he's hitting on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a man can tell when he's talking, and especially now in the car business. Man, the other day, he was definitely trying to hit on me.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed our conversation. So we was talking about a Jeep,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you had those people that's really just about their stuff.
Yeah.
You can tell, and men can tell. Y'all
Oh,
just
wow.
be flattered by it, and then y'all just get hee.
I don't though.
I think men don't pay. I think men might notice it, but men, if you in a relationship, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
When I was in a relationship, I didn't pay attention to other women
And
like
if you
that.
did, I would hope
You know
that
what I'm
you would
saying?
check.
And-
You
Yeah.
know,
If she went on too much and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that, maybe.
I
But
wouldn't
don't-
even let her disrespect my woman like
No,
that. She was
no.
doing too much, but like, oh,
Yeah.
it's me.
Right.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
But
saying?
that's
me
it.
right there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
But
but
now
it
let me
happens.
ask is a question: if you're in a relationship, like you're out at Walmart, you might see somebody you went to school with or whatever. You speak, or you introduce hey to your significant other. You give them a hug. Do you feel that is wrong?
No.
I don't. I don't. And I say
You got to speak to me first, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying,
did.
but she
If it's a man that knows my girl,
he need to acknowledge.
he needs to acknowledge.
right.
me.
I
Don't
think
just
it's
come up
wrong
and
if
just
you don't
like,
acknowledge or whatever. Or whatever, and just say, what if you were in aisle 12 and she's in aisle 24, and he walked up, hugged or whatever, and then you came along, hey, blah blah blah, this is this. I grew up with him, you know. I feel like you know, right?
Like, look, this is my husband, or this is my
Right,
man.
exactly.
You know,
It's really about knowing your partner. Now
Right.
I'm sitting here thinking about it. It's about knowing who you're with, who you're in a relationship with, because I've just thought about 15 people I hugged this week, right? That I either know or didn't know, or whatever the case. But it's never no ill stuff. When I have a couple customers, I always hug the female. I shake the dude hand. Hey girl, I'm gonna hug her. How you doing? Boom, boom, boom. How you doing, sir? And most of the time they try to give me that rough handshake, but whatever.
handshake.
Right?
That's why you don't hug. That's why you don't
but
shake hands with a man.
If I was with someone and they said, well, dog, why you always like, they would have to know that I'm a hugger, not a nasty sexual hugger, but just because I'm a hugger.
I'm a hugger.
And see, that's the thing with me. Like with me, I've always been friendly with women and good with women. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't date an insecure woman because she gonna always think something. But I mean, I'm cool. I'm cool with most of the women at the church. You know, and I'm just a talker. But you know, she gonna have to be secure because she gonna think something. And I don't need you to. So once I sense a whole lot of insecurity, I can't deal with you because that lets me know that I'm gonna have to deal with that. And the thing is, you got to know me to know that. You know what I'm saying? And so I mean, I agree with you. I think you have to know your partner.
See, I kind of struggle with it. Well, I'm not struggling with it. Like I said, I grew up with brothers.
Yep.
3 of my best friends are males.
Mm-hmm.
A dude that can accept my friends, my 3, this one, and I have 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be hard for me to be with him because these people are going to be here regardless. I know that. They've already proven that time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
So if I get a dude who's like, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard for me.
But you know what? In that, and what you're saying is not necessarily wrong, but in that, the men have to understand, they have to take a lesser role.
And they do.
In
that's it.
So, because it can't never
be
an equal.
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? I had to learn that too because I have female friends that I'm cool with. So, you know what I'm saying? A while ago when I was actually thinking about dating, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, or talking to people, I ran into issues like that. And I'm like, this is my family. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But
and
women
that's how I
don't see it like that. Like,
yeah.
you know, that's your family. That's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks a certain way.
Right,
like,
right.
Like, yo, this is my family. I ain't even on that type of time where, you know what I'm saying? But I had to learn that, okay, they can't hold that place up there with it like that. You know what I mean? They
so what I'm saying though is it insecurity or is it?
It's a
respect thing.
It's gotta be respect. It's not
respect or is it insecurity?
It's a respect thing because it should never be. If I'm dating Perry, if I'm dating you, there is no. If I'm dating you and we're getting serious, there should be no man that is a friend that is on the same level as me.
Right.
Simple as that. I'm your friend.
Let me tell you how I know Bob's telling the truth. Because when I was talking to Carl, he was like, "Man, stop telling niggas about me."
And that's what Reggie tells me. Don't tell everybody about me because they think it's your problem. But I talked to my man Bob.
Yeah, she was like, I talked to my homeboy Bob, and he told, don't do that. Don't do that, because he's going to look at that different. Right. Now when he meet me, he's going to be, that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And then I'm hard out.
I think
I'm hard out.
Because if y'all gonna be serious, you gonna have to do that a little early on. Because you can't come up, we've been together 2 years and now you got a brother named John. I ain't never met John. Because we gonna have some issues then because I ain't gonna
we'll do that. I'm talking about from day one. I let them know.
But I'm talking about
these 3 dudes are in that. These 3 dudes are in my life and they're not going anywhere. Now they're not gonna be hanging higher than
we
you.
go out,
You
we play
know,
our part.
these my dudes.
I literally have an instance where this is applicable.
Mm-hmm.
My homegirl Najel, she used to work at the prison with us. That was my best friend. Whatever, me and her real close. Whatever. She started dating a guy, ended up getting married to the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He is now my friend.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even when I go to the house, even though that's sis, I'm going with him.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm going. We on the grill. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We go in the room, and
Right.
she's more so off doing whatever she's doing. Like I don't even really see her. Like me and her would talk. I used to go over her house, eat, whatever. But now she has a man in that position, so I have to digress.
Yeah.
Now that's the homie. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, hey man, what you
And that's
doing?
what I would want though. I would
Right.
want my
Yeah.
dude to
Yeah, I think
be
it's
close
good.
to my girlfriend. Don't let him
But
wait.
if he doesn't, if you know, like you want him to be your husband, it's gonna come down to forsaking all others.
Yeah.
So
It
it's
is.
like
And this is the thing.
you
The
gotta make
people,
a decision before. You know what I'm saying?
because the people that love you, we gon' know. You know what I'm saying? We gon' know. You're like, man,
And adjust.
you know what I'm saying? Because I know, like me and French is super tight. We talk all the time. There ain't no way in the world that she gonna get a man, then she gonna be able to talk to me like we do now. And so I'm gonna understand that. I know I need to play my. I'm not gonna get mad at her because I understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If something come up, she need me, I'm gonna be there. There ain't no
I told
love. I
her,
don't
Nisha,
care.
after 9 o'clock when I get up.
She told me don't call her after 9 o'clock.
And we should have. We should have.
I'm just saying. I already done told.
But it's you if you a real friend, you have to understand.
Yeah.
You have to
Absolutely.
understand this stuff.
Absolutely.
It has to change. And you can't get mad about that. I mean, if you mad about that, then you got some insecurity issues too. I look like we've been tight and we talk all the time, and now you got a man, you ain't got time for me. Let me tell you something, just in case anybody got any confusion. When I get Mrs. Morgan, I ain't gonna have time for you. I ain't gonna forget you. I'm gonna love you. But I got
She come first.
I got a lot of lost time to make up for.
As she should.
You know what I'm saying? And so I mean, as your friends, you know, we have to respect that. I will respect that with anybody that I know. I don't care how close we are.
When there's an honor, there, when you honor your woman, it'll never come up.
Yeah.
That issue will never come up when you honor your significant other the way you know what I'm saying you're supposed to.
Right. I agree.
So, with that being said, I guess a man should be able to have the say so over what that woman wears, and the woman shouldn't get upset if some lady comes and speaks to him. That was the question.
Yeah.
If you respect and love me like I respect and love you, then what you wear we shouldn't even have to have that conversation because you should know what's gonna women know what's gonna draw attention, and and when you got a man, your mindset should change as far as you know what I'm saying what you wearing, because you're not wearing it for the same reason you were wearing it before.
I agree.
I mean, I ain't here to judge and I ain't here to police
I'm not gonna be the
nobody,
fashion
you know what I'm
police for
saying?
you.
But you know, I got
don't
what I'm
think it's
going to
a-
take, and
I think you
I
should know.
appreciate the protection. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Like you said, first of all, I'm probably ever gonna wear anything. That's just me. But if I did, and he'd be like, "Hey, now that's a little risque," I gotta respect it.
Yeah.
what you wearing that outside?
Yeah.
That's in the house clothes.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's different.
In the house clothes, you know what I'm saying?
And I'd be like, say less, baby.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Let me go back and try it again.
Yeah.
What you think about me?
But it's the same thing.
Exactly.
If I was
But
in
you should-
shape and I was
Right.
working
Yeah.
out, I would
Don't let me
do
go
that
out
the
like a
same
clown
way.
either.
Yeah, I
Like,
would,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I would give her that respect.
I would give her that respect if she was like, "Babe, come on."
Nah, you need to do better.
Like, yo, you
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you right now, them gray sweatpants, they for the house. Wait, them gray sweatpants with polo shorts is for the house and dog. You're not wearing them out.
Okay, that's how you really feel.
Yeah, I don't play
I
that.
heard it, house.
I don't play that.
But I would say
Keep them at the
this.
house.
It was a thing for me.
Yes.
I would
Keep them at the house.
say. I would say this too. Also, she was not to say on Kiki, but it was out with the girls. And you know, we talk about this. You know, men talk about these girls trips and stuff. And you know, I was watching the Joe Budden podcast, and they were talking about this is what you. Yeah, I like Joe. Joe be bugging. I love Queen Flip too. That's my dude. Queen Flip, wow. But he was just talking about like, and he was like, he said, "Oh, so this is what y'all do on these girls trip." You know what I'm saying? Then Melissa Ford was there. She's on the podcast.
That's the wrong.
But he was just talking about it because she was out.
Melissa Ford.
Yeah,
Not too
no
much
doubt.
on Ford.
But he was just talking about, you know, so he was just, in other words, he was saying, this is why men don't like girls to go out on the girls trips because they be wild. And you know, and I'm not trying to take us somewhere we don't need
All right,
to go.
Perry. Come on.
But I'm just saying, you know, that's the perspective that men have. It's
Like
just like,
Sis?
and just like,
Go on your trip. Just respect me.
Yeah. When you
Go on your trip. Just respect me.
Yeah, I mean,
And do.
No, I stayed single, so I wouldn't have to do that when I got with a woman.
yeah. And that's how men look at that stuff, though.
I stayed single and had fun, so I would. So when I got with a
And
woman,
had
I wouldn't
fun.
have to wild out.
Yeah.
And have fun. But you have. Men get together and cut up too.
Oh, we do. I never
It's
said
not,
we
it's not a
don't.
gender specification.
I think
People
you.
get
I think
together
you
with people they
taking-
rock with and cut up sometimes.
It goes both ways. You right.
Man.
You right.
Me and Pookie and Red was in the car with the sunroof
Wildin'.
down singing.
Wildin'.
Yeah.
Beach
But
hats. Like, it's just, it is
like,
what it is.
there were some of my guys that look at a certain time, like, look, I gotta leave y'all alone because I know what y'all own.
Yeah, you can't go. You know who you can't go on
I
the
was
trip
sitting here really
with.
thinking like,
So you know
on my
who you
girl
can't
trip,
go to the trip with.
honestly, I don't know. Maybe I hang out with thugs or something. Like, we ain't really do nothing.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm
Enjoy each
saying.
other and got drunk or
And
something.
you know the real reason the guy know, because usually if y'all together, you're one of your boys smack one of her girls, and he talking about like, yo, shorty right there, wow. And he done told you, and you like, man, my girl can't be around this shit. And then so you start having.
Just like that. Like, we went to the Bahamas. We went on the to South Carolina to the beach. Like, just us for our birthday trips. We went to Atlanta one year. Yeah, but it won't know me. Well, you remember that one I told you about it, but it won't for me. It was for somebody else. But anyway, outside of the most part, it's just us. Like, we haven't had no. We dance, we eat snacks, we drink, cook.
And that's it. We ain't.
But they,
wild
there's some
out.
girls who do way
Well,
more.
they
than
do.
that.
Some girls,
But don't hold me to that. Like, I'm not them.
Yeah.
That's
You know
the
what I'm saying?
same thing
Talk your
as
talk.
a woman smiling in a man's face. If I trust my man, then I ain't got to worry about that. If you trust your woman, then you ain't got
Let
to
me
worry
call
about
I
my
trust her.
it.
I
Same
trust her. I
thing.
just don't trust them hoes she with.
I feel
Oh,
like-
sorry. Did I say
No,
that?
no,
I
she
feel
with
strike
me.
that.
I feel like French.
Ninjas. I don't trust the ninjas she with.
The
Well,
woman that
you ain't got to trust them.
because
That's
I
your
put
woman.
such a standard on a relationship, like on being in a relationship. I ain't gonna have to worry about my woman on a trip like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Trust that I know how to conduct myself
But
when
it's
I'm out.
but I need that same energy.
I was about to say that, but listen to what I'm about to say.
It's more because it's really more so on a man when
Yeah.
when a woman if a woman know that her man got a dude in the group that's out there like that. They'll treat it like he gonna take my stuff and insert it in something. Insert it in something
It's
else.
true though.
That's a true
Like,
statement.
Dude, wow, you don't need to be around him.
But my thing is, like, I've been told I'm too nonchalant and I don't care. It's not that I don't care. I just trust that when you go out, you're gonna know how to conduct yourself, and I don't have to worry.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
See,
That's what it is for me.
I'm nonchalant in that way
Yeah.
too. But
Yeah.
my thing was I can't stop you from doing it
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
If that's what you're gonna do.
You
Just
gonna
pray to
do
God
it.
the walls don't talk.
Yeah.
Because if the
Exactly.
walls talk,
yeah.
Furniture moving around.
oh, I was there touch you. No, we just
Yeah.
did it.
I care, but I just trust that you know how to. Like I said earlier, we represent each other when we're out and about. So if if I'm not with you, then in my heart, I just trust that you know how to conduct yourself.
Right.
That's just that simple,
If I got
and vice
you.
versa. I need that same.
The greatest thing I learned in relationship was that that you can't stop her from doing it anyway. I
Nope.
remember when I was young, I used to try to police the phone. Like, yo, who you calling? Who you texting? You know, listen. I remember my uncle was like, "Hey man, listen. If she gonna do it, she gonna do it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to stop her."
Mm-hmm.
And it hit me like Genesis 1.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that was a Bible fact.
Right.
If there's
Right,
any
yeah.
doubt, then why
Yeah,
y'all together?
yeah.
That's a
Any
true
doubt, you don't
statement.
trust me. Why?
That's a true
Yeah.
statement.
I
I
just
was
don't-
speaking
I'm
of I was speaking of a
serious
younger
about
me.
Right,
I was
right,
speaking
right.
not
But
me
even
today.
in relative to today, I mean, you think about. I think for the most part, all of us have been in a relationship that we probably thought was going to end one way and ended another.
Right.
And initially probably wasn't even thinking about, oh, they might be doing A, B, C, D. We might be what we're saying right now. I got you. I'm gonna respect you.
Yeah.
And then you know what I'm saying. It still happens. It's not like it's always evident. Yes, if we wait for God, of course, He's gonna order our steps. That don't mean that the person that is for us is ready either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people are human, and we have the option to do what we gonna do or to do what God wants us to do.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in relationships. I've been married. The death do you part. That's gonna be forever. People are who they are.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I might trust everything you tell me today, but after a while, you might start acting shaky, which will make me wonder why she being different towards me, which would bring my trust into question. It can happen. It's not like it'll never happen.
Yeah.
But it's just how you handle it and what you do with it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. Go on and deal with it.
Yeah, and that's my thing too. Like, I will not allow myself to get to the point that I don't believe in love. And love requires trust. You're gonna have to put your heart out there. You just have to be more understanding of who you are and know when you need to let your heart out there. But I'm not gonna be scared to let my heart out there, because if you do that, you won't never move, and you'll start to become bitter and won't trust people. And I'm not gonna be that guy, not at all. So,
Absolutely.
That's miserable. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that.
No.
Where we at?
I don't know. Do you want to talk about the media and how they give confirmations to women to continue behavior?
Yes. So let's do that. So you got. We're back.
Let's go!
Oh my God! Not too much.
I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? If it had not been for Jesus who was on my side, where would I be?
Amen.
Amen. That's real.
Hey.
That's real. That's
Amen.
real. Somebody needed to hear that part.
No doubt.
Yes.
Ooh, my nerves go.
Listen, let them get up there and tell me to do the welcome again.
No,
If it had not
That is your calling card.
Jesus, so welcome.
Woo, welcome.
Welcome. We're back.
Yes.
We're back.
Welcome back.
We're done with media. Kiki, live your life.
Hallelujah.
Yes. Do you? I'm glad you're not with me. But anyway, so we're back. We're getting ready to talk about how women are portrayed social media on TV. Well, especially black women. That's what we're gonna focus on for a few minutes. But we're gonna read something that I read in Proverbs chapter 7, and Francis is gonna read it for us.
I feel like I'm really in a Baptist church.
We are.
You know how they always have to read, and this person is going to read for me. Okay, all right. So we're at what's our Baptist church called?
Morgan.
Morgan Chapel. Free Will. Okay.
Oh, we ain't free will back.
All right. Are we Holland? What? Missionary?
Missionary.
We missionary? Okay.
Morgan Missionary Baptist Church.
All right.
MMBC.
Is you with me?
Pastor, you want me to start at verse 2?
Please start at verse 2.
Read.
All right. Obey my commands and live. Guard my instructions as you guard your own eyes. Tie them on your fingers.
Hold right there. So Solomon is addressing. Solomon
hold on 1 second.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me address it. So Solomon is talking to his son and giving his son some instructions. All right. So continue.
I told you we're at Baptist church. Tie them on your fingers as a reminder. Write them deep within your heart. Love wisdom like a sister. Make insight a beloved member of your family. Let them protect you from an affair with an immoral woman, from listening to the flattery of a promiscuous woman.
Okay. So he's getting ready to give you a description of what an immoral or promiscuous woman is. And so we want to pay close attention to how Solomon describes this woman.
Verse 6. While I was at the window of my house looking through the curtain, I saw some naive young men, and one in particular who lacked common sense. He lacked common sense.
Yes, that's a good
The
stop.
reader won't post to.
No, I'm glad you said that. That's what I was going to. He was naive and he lacked common sense.
All right. He was crossing the street near the house of an immoral woman, strolling down the path by her house. It was at twilight. Should have been home anyway. In the evening, as deep darkness fell, the woman approached him seductively, dressed and sly of heart. She was the brass, rebellious type, never content to stay at home. She is often in the streets and markets soliciting.
She for the streets!
Oh my God!
Repeat that verse.
Don't do it. No, don't do it.
Soliciting at every corner. She threw her arms around him and kissed him, and with a brazen look, she said, "I just made my peace offerings and fulfilled my vows."
Hold right there. I think that's what I want you to.
Okay.
Because there's a reason why I want you to start right here. So read that part again, that last verse.
She threw her arms around him and kissed him, and with a brazen look, she said, "I've just made my peace offerings and fulfilled my vows." Okay,
so the reason I wanted you to read that is because the description he gave of the woman and how she acted. If you think about that, that's how a lot of modern women act now and how they dress. And so when you see them, that's how they come across as this Proverbs 7 woman. But something, and I read, and I did not get this insight, but I researched some stuff and I read some dialogue on it. And so that part you just read, that she did her peace offerings and her vows. She was a one. If you read further, you see that she's a wife, but she was a woman who believed in God, because them are all religious rituals that she did. So when you read that and you know that Solomon is talking to his son, he's warning his son about this kind of woman. And the importance of that is because I believe that as we view, I think especially as believers, because we want to get back, because we are believers, that sometimes we can allow popular culture to dictate to us what's right and what's wrong. And so you'll have a lot of Christian women dressing or doing these things, not knowing that that's not really what you should be doing. And I want us to talk about that a little bit, because to me, when you look at social media and pop culture, you get a lot of women, or especially black women, are very much portrayed by their bodies. And I don't like that, because I have a daughter. And as we talked about earlier, Bob, that we understand how men think. Men think a certain way. And so when you see a woman, you don't see a black woman as somebody who's small. You don't think about that. They want your lips. They go out there and get mess injected in their lips. They want your hips. They want your behind. They get the implants and stuff. They want everything physical about you, but they don't never want nothing else. And so I want to kind of take a few minutes to discuss that a little bit and what y'all thoughts are on that. Y'all not gonna shoot?
Well, this is a scripture. Again, a father is teaching his son. He's giving him warning. Mm-hmm. And the Bible also says warning comes before destruction. Right. So he's being a father. So in order to give him this instruction, he has had to experience it. Right. So he's had this as a teacher. You always hear about the Proverbs 31 woman, mm-hmm. but you don't also hear about this. Right. Or a lot of times, what was it? The Jezebel spirit, mm-hmm. or getting him. Women by nature, no, we're created to be seductive. Mm-hmm. That's who we are. We can manipulate. Okay. We could get what we want. Yeah. We know how to get what we want. Mm-hmm. That is a part of us. We're a lot of things, but we could use it for our benefit, or as Anisha said, we could use it.
It is fact.
Because if you have a wife, she's gonna know you.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna know how to get what you want.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's just who we are as women. We're created to be that.
Mm-hmm. I just think that I don't even think a wise man knows that.
Right.
But I think the problem comes into when she uses it to manipulate
Right.
to get what she wants.
Right.
Right, that's when it comes.
That's when it becomes.
Right.
Yeah, that's when it
Right.
becomes.
Because
Yeah.
it's not that. What it is we're designed to for the man.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be attractive. It ain't
Right.
nothing that we got to do.
Mhm.
Or, you know what I'm saying? So when we start using that, that's when it becomes.
And you know it.
Yeah.
So your intentions are not pure. Your intentions
Right.
is to manipulate this man to get what I want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so that's when you run into your problem. But anybody y'all want? I need y'all to shoot because I have a real big issue, and it's because I have daughters. I have a real big issue with how the black woman is portrayed in the media all the time.
I think there's a lack of protection. There's a lack of respect.
Mm-hmm.
We're basically seen as objects,
Yeah.
breeders. Like
Yeah.
some people still have the same mentality that they had for us in slavery. Like we're just here to make babies. That's why I was saying the question I asked earlier. I asked a panel, a group of women one time. Do you guys not? I would get offended when somebody would come to me and say, "How many children do you have?"
Right.
First of all, what makes you think I have children?
Right.
I don't have to have children because I'm a woman.
That's a wild
I don't have to want children because I'm a woman.
Right.
Then for you to say how many, why you didn't say do you have children?
Right.
Yeah, you assume I'm
Yeah, you are like
And why do you think they assume that?
because I'm a black woman. And they have a negative narrative about us.
Yeah.
But we were, and then this is going back to slavery, but we were, since we've been in America, we were taught to be breeders. So that is what the standard has been for us to be breeders. You know, to just birth children, because what were we doing? We were producing more children to help with slavery, to help with this production. So we were taught to birth many. So that goes way back to.
I'll say this, and I'm not knocking nobody. My grandmother had 10 children of her own.
Mm-hmm.
There are still people that are perpetuating that narrative. Like, you look at me because Susie got 7 kids. You think I got 5? No, that's Susie's choice. Anisha had a conversation with the Lord and said, "All right, Lord, me, you, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Dr. Bacon, this IUD gonna make sure Anisha don't have no more babies."
Not Dr. Baker.
Wherever you are, right? Look, I literally told him, Dr. Baker, Nurse Barbara, that was his nurse. I said, if I get pregnant again, I'm moving in with you and your wife. I don't know how you want to explain this to your wife, but we're gonna be a big happy family.
Blue Cross.
Blue Cross Blue Shield, Jesus, Dr. Baker, and that IUD. I am not having no more kids. But it used to, I used to get offended. Like, that's just not. It might be going down a rabbit hole, as he says, but that was my goal in life, to have a trail of kids following behind me. That's just my goal.
Mm-hmm.
I've been career oriented.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mover, and people still. I ain't knocking nobody. God knows I'm not judging people, but don't put that on me.
Yeah.
I'm not everybody else. It's like everybody else is not me.
To each their own.
Yeah, to each
Yeah.
their
As
own.
far as
That's
when
a
it comes to
fact.
making babies.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows I don't not damn no.
Amen.
Not only that, let's go with what we've been talking about. Every woman don't desire to be married.
Yeah. And that's
Every woman don't desire to be one. I do.
Yeah, I've learned to stop. Assuming that people want to be married.
Yeah.
My heart hurts for that woman.
Yeah.
Because I desire it. I ain't even said
Yeah.
nobody knows
Desire to be
nothing wrong.
married.
Why?
Huh?
Why you say
Why
why?
I desire to be?
Why does your heart hurt for the woman that don't?
That's just my opinion. I mean, nothing against them. I think that
You feel like she's hopeless?
I just think that everybody should have a helpmate.
And this is something else.
I mean, if you personally don't want one, 10-4. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to you. I don't have no bad words. For me, I know how I feel about marriage. I just would want to see somebody else married.
And I think I'll take it even back to what you said before about. I hear women say it, but I'm gonna tell you, they not owning up. Like he's saying, they don't own it.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't that they don't want it. They don't think they can obtain it, and
Right.
they're successful.
And that's
And they still coming from a place of hurt.
That's
There's a
it.
lot of bull jive.
Yeah, that is.
They want it. I know
Yeah.
some that have said it, but I know they want it too.
Right.
I know they do.
And that's
It's
the,
one that don't you think about it. You know,
What?
she won't study.
well, the thing is, so this is what you have to realize. Whether you want a spouse or not, whatever you've been put here on this earth to do, you need companionship to do. You were created for a relationship. God said it was not good for man to be alone. God said that, so He was already there. So you need companionship. So we can't forsake companionship. And you know, to me, if you as a healed person, if you don't have healthy friendship, then you're not healed to the point that you need to be, because we should at least have healthy friendship, because you're going to need some companionship. It's no way possible you can go through this world by yourself. You're not created to do that. That's why when you put them in, what is it called, by lockdown or SEG or whatever it is, when they get 1 hour out a day,
Segregation.
that's why a lot of times the boys go crazy, because they're alone by themselves all this time. You know, so you're not that's probably more hell on them than it is being locked up in prison. You know what I'm saying? So you created for it. So you can say you don't want a spouse, you don't desire to be married, because Jesus won't marry, Paul won't marry, but Jesus had the 12. Paul he was with the disciples, and he was, before he got with the disciples, he was with the Pharisees. So he still had companionship to do what it is that he was called to do. So you don't mistake not wanting a spouse with not needing companionship.
Right.
So, and I think it's